Pod. So again, this is today is our presentation on the dual fuel school bus for Ingevity Demi technology. We'd like to welcome everybody on board. We'll have this recorded in these slides, and we'll put these out on our website. So I'd like to go ahead and introduce Robert Friedman from Ingevity. And Robert, go ahead.
Yeah, hi, it's Robert Friedman. As Rick says, I'm with Ingevity. I'm managing director of the New Fuel Vehicle Platform, which is for which the Demi New Fuel School Bus Platform is very much a part of, and also that's known as the Cowfart bus. My background prior to Ingevity and starting there in 2020 was spending about 10 years in the CNG fuel dispensing for light duty vehicles and in several states, including being headquartered in Pennsylvania. We had multiple stations and systems inside existing gasoline stations, your Exxons, Valeros, BP type of stations. So I understand very clearly some of the opportunities and the challenges that came along with compressed natural gas, for which the adsorbed natural gas product that we have, which is known as the New Fuel product line, helps to address. So looking forward to speaking to you today, and thank you for joining. Over to you, William.
No, perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Robert. I'm very excited to be here. I work closely with Ingevity, with Robert here, Friedman. I also sit on the board for the Pittsburgh Region Clean Cities. I have close to 15 years of experience in the clean energy and alternative fuel space. So working alongside Rick and Robert for a number of years now, working to promote the use of alternative fuels in many different applications. Here today, we'll be focusing on the school bus, but very, very excited to be part of this conversation and kind of helping to lead and moderate this webinar. Over to you, Robert.
Okay. So William, just to make sure we don't run into any sort of technical glitches, we're really going back and forth. I'm going to start with the video, and there's a short video. It's about a 3-minute video that's on the on our Demi New Fuel School Bus platform, and I think it'll be a nice way to sort of kick this off. So hold on one sec while I bring this up. And just let me know if you hear it.
Introducing the Cowfart bus.
You guys hear that?
A unique solution
Yes.
for school districts and bus operators to save money and reduce emissions, all while using their existing diesel school buses. The Cowfart bus is a creative collaboration between two sustainability leaders, Demi American CNG in Utah and Ingevity's New Fuel team in Charleston, South Carolina. The strategic partnership built a unique technology for school districts and bus operators to leverage renewable natural gas as a transportation fuel. The Cowfart bus name highlights the fact that renewable natural gas can come from a variety of natural sources, including, yes, methane from cows. We're helping bus operators reduce fuel and new asset replacement costs while providing educational opportunities for children to learn how alternative fuels can improve the environment they live in. Orange Grove Charter School, an early adopter of the solution, is already seeing fuel savings without any disruption to daily activities.
And that's just been a really good thing. It's been real easy. It's really cool technology. It's better for the environment. It's better for the bus itself. It runs a little smoother. So far, so good. We'll continue this pilot through the end of the summer and run this bus specifically for field trips during the summertime.
The Cowfart bus is a minimally invasive dual fuel operation, meaning it blends the natural gas and diesel together. The natural gas tank stores enough fuel for the daily route, and once the tank is empty, the system automatically switches to 100% diesel. This ensures no disruption to routing or drivability of the bus. Fueling the bus is performed through a small, low-pressure, cost-effective fueling appliance. The appliance installs right at the bus yard, connecting to existing natural gas lines, so there is minimal change to busing operations. Simply connect the nozzle, press start on the appliance, and step away. It takes around 3.5 hours to completely fill a tank, which is perfect for between morning and afternoon school runs or overnight refueling.
Disconnect this, so I open this up, I go and I put that connection into the bus. It's just like a gas grill. It's a snap fitting, it snaps right in. Come back here, push the start button, It starts, I lock it up, and that's it.
Using existing diesel school buses, we displace roughly 35% of diesel fuel with renewable natural gas. And with average daily use and routing, school districts will realize approximately $3,000 per year per bus in fuel savings alone with current diesel prices. Use of renewable natural gas results in over 80% improvement in greenhouse gas emissions. So yes, the Cowfart bus is in fact better for the environment. The overall drivability of the bus is improved when natural gas is utilized.
It definitely drives better. It's definitely quieter, not by much, but it's quieter, which helps when you have a bus load of kids. It's quicker. It's got more pickup. And of course, the fuel consumption is much better. Normally, I would fill this bus up every week and a half because I have 2 routes. I do a lot of field trips, and with this new gas, I fill it up with this new gas system once every 3 weeks, which is excellent.
Backed by decades of knowledge in fuel storage and natural gas for transportation, the Cowfart bus is a safe solution to implement into bus operations. With EPA compliance testing, a low-pressure fueling appliance, and all other safety measures in place, as well as working hand-in-hand with state safety officers, districts should feel confident when choosing the Cowfart bus as part of their alternative fuel strategy. Interested in learning more about how the Cowfart bus can benefit your fleet? Let's connect and explore a no-risk pilot program in your area.
Okay. William, do you hear me okay?
Yep, I can hear you,
All right,
Robert.
terrific. So that's a good intro for to give you a little bit of intro to the bus, and let's go to the presentation. Okay. So a little bit about who we are and who American CNG is. We're Ingevity. We're a publicly traded company. We have over 1,800 employees. We're worldwide. We are a tier 1 and tier 2 supplier to the US and global worldwide automotive industry. Our primary product is activated carbon. We've been the leader in activated carbon for over the past 40 years. Activated carbon is in every single gasoline vehicle in the US on the road today. And that's not just any activated carbon, it's our activated carbon, which is a very high value form of activated carbon. We're sitting on top of the gasoline fuel tank inside the vehicle and capturing any vapor, gasoline vapor emissions that might be trying to escape the vehicle, and then deploy those gasoline vapors back into the fuel tank and therefore back to the engine. We've been doing this for about 40 years, and we're also very much involved with renewable natural gas. The same sort of attraction properties of activated carbon as it relates to gasoline vapors works with other hydrocarbons as well, such as natural gas. So essentially, with our natural gas fuel tank, the activated carbon is inside of the natural gas fuel tank, and it attracts the natural gas molecules away from the inner walls where they're exerting pressure out to the center of the tank, and transforms the pressure inside the natural gas fuel tank from a high pressure, and in traditional CNG, compressed natural gas terms, that's 3,600 psi, transforms that to a low pressure environment inside the natural gas fuel tank, or 900 psi.
We're looking for your slides. There's no
Oh,
slides.
you don't have my slides? You don't have my slides, Rick?
No,
Yeah, you're
Do you
not
have my
sharing your
slides?
screen.
you're not sharing your screen.
All right, well, then, okay. You didn't miss too much. Now you can see my screen. And let's go back here. All right, how's this? You see my screen?
If you could go
Yes.
back.
You don't see it? I'm sorry, William?
Yep, you're there.
Okay, so this is where I was talking about Ingevity, who we are, and American CNG. Ingevity is, we've been doing this with gasoline the gasoline pickup, the F-250, the F-150, using our natural gas vehicle technology and systems on those vehicles. We're now doing it with existing diesel school buses, and American CNG has that part of the system, and therefore we have a strategic relationship, a strategic partnership with American CNG. They've been doing this. They've been providing parts and components to the Class 8 natural gas vehicle industry for over a decade. They have over 500,000 miles driven with their DEMI displacement solution. And they are working with, before we started this whole partnership, they were working with Class 8 diesel vehicles, which is the identical system to school buses. And our system fits very well with the school bus because school buses have a lot of downtime during the day, and therefore you need a low-cost fueling appliance. And therefore, there's a very nice combination between Ingevity and American CNG. Some of the challenges that as you know, that there's budget stress, particularly as it relates to the cost of diesel. There's new vehicle budget purchases, and there's limited options. Really, the options that you have are new gasoline bus, new diesel, new propane, or new CNG or electric school buses. All very challenging from a budgetary perspective. May or may not solve the problem, but really it leaves the problem of what to do with the legacy vehicles. So what is the DEMI New Fuel School Bus, which is branded as the Cowfart bus? The term the Cowfart bus is meant to reference renewable natural gas, which is from the biodegrading of organic mass from wastewater facilities, agricultural facilities, landfills, and therefore we have sort of a quote unquote schoolhouse rock type of approach in our branding by naming it the Cowfart bus. What these buses are taking, what we do is take an existing diesel school bus, we upfit it with a natural gas or RNG fuel tank, which goes in the undercarriage, and we are displacing a portion of the diesel that's going into the engine. And both diesel and natural gas or renewable natural gas are going into the engine, but because you have now natural gas or renewable natural gas introduced into the equation, we're displacing the use of a portion of the diesel. The storage for the RNG is set to address or accommodate the typical daily route of the school bus. You're basically coming in at the end of the day, hooking it up to a fueling appliance, which we'll get to in just a sec, going through the route in the morning, hooking it up in the afternoon, going through the afternoon route, and essentially working to displace as much diesel as possible through the day. One tank of renewable natural gas should accommodate a full day, but there's downtimes when it comes to school buses, as you are well aware, and therefore there's plenty of time for topping off or refueling. These are, the utility and functionality of the bus is not compromised at all. As you heard in the video, it runs better, it runs smoother, it runs cleaner, but also there's no range anxiety. When the natural gas is fully depleted, the bus runs 100% on diesel, and therefore these buses can be deployed and utilized wherever you normally would use it, whether that's an extended distance kind of field trip, or there's some other reason for not relying on the natural gas or renewable natural gas. So this is a really, really important page. This is the value proposition. So we are enabling school systems and school bus transportation operators to have meaningful savings. You're essentially reducing your fuel cost by about $3 a gallon, going from diesel to natural gas and renewable natural gas. Affordable refueling, that is in reference to a small fueling appliance the size of a college dorm refrigerator. And the reason why we're able to use such a small refueling appliance, which is only going to cost $2,500 per bus, is because this is a low pressure natural gas fuel tank, which is dependent on the Ingevity activated carbon. The cost of the system itself for the bus is $12,500 plus $2,500 for the fueling appliance. So overall, a low cost system of $15,000 per bus. That's with fueling. Of course, price. The cost could change based on the configuration and whether that assumes one tank, and there may be interest in having a second RNG tank on there. As far as the environment goes, RNG is used to a great extent by as a transportation fuel by Class 8 light duty vehicles, and this is an opportunity to use renewable natural gas for the school bus market. It is a proven and widely accepted form of fuel and a sustainability pathway. Renewable natural gas is basically collecting the methane that would come from the wastewater facilities, landfills, agricultural facilities, etc., capturing that methane, cleaning it, compressing it, and putting it into the pipeline to give it access to the transportation use. And under our program, under the New Fuel program, that access to RNG has no incremental cost to the school bus operator, to the fleet, or to the school district. It's without getting too far into the weeds, the way it's configured, because the appliance is put in your hands, that's where the value of RNG is created. And essentially, we take those economics and use it to pay for the procurement of the RNG. So you're getting it for free, essentially. Some of the efficiencies of the system. It's on-site refueling, so the school bus driver comes in every day, every morning. They have a full or almost full tank of diesel, most likely, and they come in with a full tank of renewable natural gas. As I said, it's a dual fuel, so it eliminates range anxiety and extends your range. And as you heard by the bus driver on the video, it is a lower noise and better driving experience system. The individuals that you heard on the video from Orange Grove Charter School, that was our first pilot program. They have now, since that interview, that testimonial interview, they have board approval to transition all of their buses to our Demi New Fuel or Cowfart bus system. And so we're in the process of doing that as well. So that pilot program has gone very, very well. And we're very proud of that. This is a very easy transition or conversion. Essentially, we're taking a existing diesel school bus. So you already have the capital outlay from the bus. It's a sunk cost. Now we're talking about how we can leverage that, and with just the incremental cost of the system and the fueling appliance, convert that into being able to use lower cost natural gas. We can convert that diesel bus in 24 to 48 hours. We could do it at your facility or a nearby facility, and in fact, it's pretty straightforward enough that even on a broader conversion, the service and technician staff would be able to do this as well. Of course, we are there to be involved to whatever extent is needed. Part of what we do also is install the appliance which is compatible with our system, with our school bus system, would be installed at your school bus yard. So pretty easy stuff. American CNG's their components and system they have patent pending, and then the Ingevity, the activated carbon, that has a slew of patents behind it, and originating from our gasoline vehicle application. Here you could see both the school bus to the left, the Cowfart bus. On the right, we have our transit van, which is a gasoline vehicle that is a bi-fuel vehicle running on gasoline and renewable natural gas. And in between that, you can see the fueling appliance. It's a 2x2 footprint for the fueling appliance itself. It's dual hose, and therefore can fuel 2 vehicles simultaneously. RNG, for those of you who are less familiar with RNG, we handle all of the RNG procurement, the RNG delivery, the administration, basically it's seamless for you. We have we have probably about 25 fleets operating about 40 vehicles around the country. They are all using renewable natural gas. On a quarterly basis, we give them a document that basically lays out what their sustainability program, how it's going as it relates to our system. It talks about or identifies what their greenhouse gas reductions are, their cost savings, to what degree they're maximizing the system or not, and therefore showing them that there are opportunities to maximize the system, or they should feel good about what they're doing and they are maximizing the system. They say to us, well, their typical reaction is, so what you're saying is if we used RNG, this is what we would be experiencing. And to which our response is, no, you're using RNG. We're doing it behind the scenes for you. So that's how seamless it is for them to achieve their sustainability objectives and even surpass them. Just to give you a sense of where RNG is in the world today, 64% of all the natural gas fuel use in the U.S. in 2021 was with renewable natural gas. This is a very recognized sustainability fuel and pathway by the EPA. And while you have electrification of electric school buses or electric vehicles, that results in a well-to-wheels basis, which is the term, because you need to generate the electricity from somewhere, of 40 to 45% reduction in greenhouse gases. With renewable natural gas, you're talking about an 80 to 125% reduction in greenhouse gases. So a very impactful, very cost-effective, and immediate technology opportunity. And this is who to be in touch with if you are interested in knowing more. Let me just come off the and I'll stop share. So anyway, where we are right now, we have multiple pilot programs that we are deploying in the U.S. We have Eagle County, we have South Carolina, Orange Grove, which is a conversion with follow-on orders, as I described. We have Lyman. We have another very large third-party transportation operator, outsourced contract provider. And we have multiple discussions going on. We are very much involved with STN, having just been at STN in Indianapolis, and we'll be at STN Reno, as well as the upcoming Pittsburgh event, which is the National School Transportation Association that's taking place this weekend and next week. So we're very proud of the application, very excited about it, and we are making available for those that are interested for no cost, so that you can evaluate the school bus system and the fueling appliance, a no-cost pilot program for one bus. If you want to do more than one bus, groups have paid for that, and we're happy to do that as well. But this we feel strongly enough about the offering that we're willing to give for free one school bus per pilot program per entity. So with that, William, anything that you want to add, or anything I may have forgotten?
Yeah, Robert, I think thanks again for the overview and the presentation. I would say I want to open it up for the Q&A. I liked how you talked about the pilot. Um, how do folks get in touch with you in regards to the pilot? What does that process looks like? Is it an email? Is it a phone number? What's the best way to get in contact with Ingevity?
Yeah, well, anybody interested should get in touch with William or I, and bring to our attention the interest and wanting to know more and learn more. We'll distribute this presentation so that everybody has it, and they'll have our contact information on that back page. If anybody gets lost in that process, there's always Rick Price who
Sure.
can get to us.
Yeah, and like I said, if any of you have any questions, cannot get a hold of Robert or William, please drop me a line, send me an email, and I'll make sure that we make the connection for that. We'll definitely put the slides and the video of today's presentation out on the website. So those who were not able to make it, or you can go back to refresh what was discussed today with everyone. And the opportunity. I think it's a great opportunity to test the technology that's being used in other parts of the country, and it's just another tool in the toolbox, as we say in the alternative fuel area. So I'm not sure if you want anybody has any questions and you want to unmute yourself, please do.
Yeah, please. Any questions? Are welcome and encouraged.
I would say not a question, more of a comment that, and I think I forwarded either to Rick or Robert, the Chartiers Valley School District near Carnegie area. And I think they showed an interest in it. So, and we don't even serve them gas, frankly. It's Peoples that serves their facility. And I know that the bus maintenance facility is right by the school. So that's all I wanted to say, was a comment that I think Chartiers Valley was interested in. I don't know if anything happened with those folks, but that would be, working with People's Gas on that versus Columbia, who I'm with.
Yeah.
Great. I'm very familiar. In fact, my past contact has retired, but they've been in a couple of our events. In fact, I want to say they may have been at the one event that we held in Pittsburgh there. And it's a great opportunity because we're trying to showcase this technology in Western Pennsylvania. And we're hoping that we get ready to get a couple of school districts to demo this product.
Yeah. And William and I have been working together on this for the past several years. We have on the gasoline pickup side, we were in coordination with Rick. We were fortunate to apply for a alternative fuel incentive grant, which we were awarded. And we had all of the major natural gas utilities participating with us, as well as a number of corporations such as Range Resources participating with us as well. This school bus is just an extension of that product line, and we see Western PA as an important epicenter for us for this program.
Okay. If there's no other questions, I'd like to thank Robert and William for speaking today. And like I said, these will be out on the PRCC website shortly. Thank you, Robert. William.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate everyone joining.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thanks all.